Welcome, everybody, to the BSBL Cup Series Beyond the Garage 500, sponsored by NAPA Auto Parts. Thanks for Rago for sponsoring this weekend's BSBL Cup Series racing. We are getting ready for solos number one. Guest commentating with me today is my brother. Excuse me, had a sneeze. Guest commentator today with me is my brother, Jump Dude, aka Noel Mighty. How's it going, man? So I'm not sure if they can hear him. I can't hear him, so I'm not sure if that's on his end or my end. I'm gonna try and move around a few things. So the speakers should be all right. This should be fine. All right. Let me try one more time. Maybe he can't hear me. Actually, I think that's where the problem is. All right, let's do voice activity. You should be able to hear me now. All right, Jump Dude, no mind. You got a copy?
Hello.
There he
Yes, I
is.
got a copy.
Now they can hear you. All right.
Hey,
Thanks for
wonderful.
Thanks for being a guest commentator with me today with the Cup Series. This is, again, the Beyond the Garage 500, sponsored by NAPA Auto Parts. Thanks for Rago once again for sponsoring the Cup Series racing this weekend as we do our normal seasonal BSBL, quote, West Coast swing, like NASCAR does in real life. We'll be having 3 tracks: Phoenix, Auto Club, and Sonoma Hills. We'll be starting this race at Phoenix. Solos number 1, the only solos race of the day. Have 10 drivers. My bad, we have 11. And now 12. Should have a countdown fairly shortly.
There should be a really stacked field, honestly. As you said, 12 drivers representing all different teams. I mean, it's going to be a dogfight out for the first race.
We have a
Who,
Lane
who,
Lane.
who do you... We got Langley over here. Got Scrimmy for Vine. Got a Shadow. Jeff Gordon throwback. I really like that. You have we got Philadelphia Eagles for Raptors. As we got a countdown for 6 seconds right here.
The NFL schemes are starting to infiltrate BSBL. But we are now underway. First race of the day, solos number 1 in the alternate format for the BSBL Cup Series. Scrimmy with a good launch to start. It's going to go to Shadow now. She takes the lead. Gesser with a run behind her. And the 04 DoorDash. The Amica 04.
Yeah, it looks nice. A lot of good schemes, honestly. I've yet to see a quote-unquote bad scheme.
There's a
all
lot.
really nice.
There's a lot of different colors. We got green, red, blue, gold. All sorts of colors on the track here at Phoenix.
Which I love to see, I love to see all the color in the field. I just think it's so cool.
Also with the underglow. And I really hope everybody is able to get in today because BBR, about 5 minutes before we started this race, it just updated. So BBR updated. They Lobby's Derby Zone is now revamped. All ramps in Lobby are fixed, and they revamped Anubis and Anubis. Do you know what that track is? No, I haven't heard of that before. I don't know.
Yeah, actually,
I don't know what
the
Anubis
first
is.
time after they made the big update, my first race in that update was actually that track, and I actually won. So, I
Wow.
mean, if you ever want to bring it back, I'm all for it.
Well, they revamped that track. We'll investigate Anubis, see how it is, even though I've never heard that track before. They fixed the fog. They fixed a few unacred parts, and they also added taller fences to Classic Hills, which is going to be really interesting to see. So we'll have less people flying off the map at Classic Hills. At least that's what it looks like will happen. Have to
Yeah,
test that out.
I was about to say, if you're a driver, that's really, really good news for you. We had so many drivers fly off, like yesterday, or well, last week actually. We had the crazy format. We probably had, I think, a maximum of like 5 guys fly off at Classic Hills with that crazy format.
We'll see if
So with the taller catchments and whatnot, it's going to help them so much.
We'll see if we get any of those. We'll see if we'll get Classic Hills at all tomorrow as we head back to the normal format for Cup and Junior Series. But right now, out front, it's Vistafer for Colors Racing, followed closely behind by Sauber Motorsports Leoparder. He gets a push from AJ. He's going to try and push him to the lead. He does, but into the wall, doesn't last long. And I think Isvi for Chefs takes the lead.
It's been a very tame race so far. Not many accidents. They've all been treating each other nicely.
This is a new scheme for Lane Lane and the 66 Liquid Death. I actually really like this one a lot.
That's amazing.
This is
That's really nice.
pretty good scheme. The only problem I have is the roof. Is the 66, in my opinion, is the wrong way. It should be this way. This is how I do mine since we're going this way. And usually people watch like this, so you'd see the number. That's my only complaint. Other than that, the scheme looks pretty good. 3 wide for the lead. Raptors and Crafter of Pixels. Raptors in his brand new Eagles number 31. Big Philadelphia Eagles fan. See if he can take that car to victory lane in its debut. Leo Parter trying to hold off Crafter of Pixels. And yes, that's a good point, Sonic. Raptors is no longer a part of Ford Performance. They parted ways. Nothing personal with that team and him. He just wanted to switch it up a little bit, and has joined Volvo. The Raptors a very strong BBR racer. Been in BSBL for quite a long time. Has done very well over the seasons, so that's just going to really improve Volvo's chances to keep up with Nissan Nismo. As you see there,
And Mighty, correct me if I'm wrong, but Volvo does have a NFL as a lock sponsor, right?
they might. I'd have to double check that. That's a good point.
Yeah, that's probably why he's got Philadelphia Eagles on the hood and on the car for today.
Absolutely nobody wants to be leading right now. You saw almost the entire pack come to a dead stop as the finish is right ahead. Lane for Liquid Death trying to break the draft from Vistafer. I think Vistafer's too far in his tracks. And we have a wreck. Gesser almost around. Lane almost around as well. Scrimmy in the lead. Shadow Rex. Raptors around. Big run for the last second for Leo Parter, but it's not enough. Scrimmy for Vine is going to get the first win of the day. Second is Leo. Third, Lane. Fourth, Vistafer. Fifth, Ditto. Sixth, Raptors. Seventh, Ovexus. Eighth, Gesser and Shadow. Last point span position in ninth.
I mean, I tell you, with how calm they were during the race, I was not expecting that chaotic of a finish. Oh man, I think everyone was door slamming everyone. That was insane at the end of that thing.
It was hard to find somebody that didn't make contact at the end. Besides Scrimmy, gets it done. Solos number 1, the only solos race of the day. It'll get the win for Vine as we now prepare ourselves for the only duos races of the day, duos A and duos B. And we'll be heading to Sonoma Hills. Awesome, great 10 stream streak for It's Stormy. I think that might be Scrimmy. Apologize if it's not. Yeah, they'll be filing here in just a moment. Duos A. I'd like to talk about today's sponsor one more time really quickly. Again, sponsored by the Rago. Beyond the Garage 500, sponsored by NAPA Auto Parts. Thanks for him for sponsoring this weekend's Cup Series racing. All of the sponsorship funds all throughout the season go right back into the league and will be in the form of Robux prizes given out at the end of the season, where they've almost, I believe, quadrupled in volume just this season alone, as we got over $200 worth of Robux sponsorship. So yeah, you guys are awesome. Thanks for the support. If anybody new happens to be watching the stream, we are a Backstretch Battles League on the game Backstretch Battles. You're watching the Cup Series right now. We actually have 2 divisions. Junior Series just wrapped up about an hour ago. There's the invite link to the Discord server if you're interested in joining BSBL today. Who killed Crafter? We're unsure. Unsure who killed Crafter. Did you see anybody who may have gotten Crafter of Pixels at the end there, Noel?
I couldn't see. I'm not sure if I did, but I don't know. You had a great camera angle of the entire field. I'm sure if someone clips that on the stream, I'm sure you'll have a good view of that.
Probably we'll have some penalties. I know we're going to have a few after Junior today. Probably we'll have some for the Cup too. Here's my brother, guest commentator, Noel Mighty in the 053 Xbox, aka Bucky's Toyota. Here's C. I want a brand new number 4 Sprite Liquid Death. That's Noel Mighty's teammate. That's a great Sprite scheme.
Not sure if I ever said it yet, but shout out to Trustful Pro. He made this scheme for me, so I want to say thank you. He did a really good job on it.
He's told me to look out for his name on the side of the car. Well, not his name, but his Trustful logo. You can see it just right there at the bottom of the 4. He's made that 4, and he's also made Noel Mighty's 053. Very nice schemes made by Trustful. And also this one made by Trustful as well. The 211, John's Pit Crew Simulator. Not the typical Pit Crew Simulator logo, which is a game on Roblox. Admin
Got
and
that dark vibe to it. I actually kind of like it.
it does look pretty nice. Once again, another Trustful scheme. Here's Scrimmy for Vine. AJ in a 33. Bush Light 33. Ditto for RC Cola 284. Loris Cat in the 16 for Nissan Nismo, our current points leaders. Here's Nebulon in the 48. Reslivin in the 96 for RC Cola. Sauber in the 666. This is Isstack. There's a countdown. Raptors racing again in the 31 for Volvo. We've got 5 seconds. And also Dark, the other Nissan Nismo. One green flag is in the air. We are racing. First duos race of the day at Sonoma Hills. All 12 drivers made it. 4 go up the ramp. Hopefully they stick the landing, and they do. A lot of contact, maybe a wreck. Oh, they're trying really hard. No Mighty into the wall. He looks like the worst end of that, along with Dark and Ditto. Further towards the front now, it's Rodri and Raptor. CO with a run. He's going to thread it through the middle and take the lead. Some aggressive drivers in this race. Expect this one to be pretty entertaining. No Mighty now out to the front to getting collected in that mess to start the race. Scrimmy now, our defending race winner, trying to go back-to-back for Vine. He takes the lead. 3 and 4 wide for the lead. Raptors, a huge push from Dark. They're side-by-side for the top spot. Rez almost on his side, somehow saves it. Not that time, though. Rez goes around for RC Cola into the wall, and No Mighty also gets collected, and Ditto. Rodri, 3 wide for the lead with Nebulon and Darkwains. Raptors trying to disrupt the party. Now, this is dirt that they're on right now, so a lot less grip than they normally have, especially after the update. All right, left or right, what is your choice? Looks like only 3 drivers went to the left. Everybody else went to the right side. AJ in the lead. Pressure from pretty much everybody behind, mainly Rodri. Go to the first ramp. 5 wide for a second for the lead. Still 3 wide. Raptors, Scrimmy and Rodri. Dark gives Scrimmy a push. He pushes him out front. And big contact from Rodri. Here's Scrimmy in the 80. Again for Vine. Not typical Vine colors. He's running dark blue. Wonder why he chose to do that. I'll have to ask. Now here is the left side, which only has 4 drivers. Loris Cat, Nebulon, CO, and Ditto. It's actually faster than the right side. Currently flirting
the right
with
side's
the lead.
slowing down a lot. They're checking up. They're trying not to get into each other. So if the guys on the left side push enough, I think they can actually get the edge on us.
Although they have less cars on the left, they may be more organized. They'll see where they come out when they merge back in the one lane. Raptors currently ahead of everybody. P1 in the Eagles 31. Rodri with a run here. Dark splits it through the middle as they go 5 wide for the lead for just a split second. And it looks like the right side is going to come out just ahead of the left. But they merge together quite nicely. All 12 drivers still in contention for this win. Darkwain's out front right now, though he has no help. AJ with a big run. He now takes the lead. Few drivers go to the bottom. It looked like Nebulon and somebody else I missed. Welcome back, everybody, from the ad break. Sorry about that. We're approaching the end of Sonoma Hills. Rodri and AJ out front. An extremely wide end into this map. The widest in BBR. Both these drivers dooring each other, making contact. Sauber versus Vine. Everybody else very far behind. I believe that's Res Livin. That's the closest car to these 2 front runners. Let's go a little further back in the pack. Here's Scrimmy, our defending race winner from Solos number 1. As the sun sets and things get dark, OCO gets punted into the wall. It's still these two drivers, but huge run from everybody else behind. They're going to have to go full defensive mode if they want any chance at winning. The finish is right there. Seo with a run. He's got some help from Mighty. Ditto through the middle. Nothing for Ditto. He's going to win this race in Duos A. Nebulon comes up just short in second. Third, Dark Waynes. Fourth, Scrimmy. Fifth, Raptor. Sixth, Segun. Seventh, Rez. Eighth, CO. And ninth, AJ. Drivers not getting points is Istak, Lowers Cat, and Mighty. As it is extremely dark on my screen. I'll have to open up the lights. But RC Cola, Ditto, and I think may have been his first win in BSBL. Might be wrong with that. But that might have been his first win. Congrats to him if it is.
Yeah, big hats off to Ditto, if so.
We'll be heading to Auto Club for Duos B. So what happened there at the end, Noel? Saw you actually had a pretty decent run going with CO. Ended up finishing P12. What happened?
Well, maybe some contact here and there. My teammate and I, we slipped a little too early. Mistakes happen. We'll get him back for trios.
Which we will have today with the alternate format. We'll have trios after this race, and then we will have sponsor solo A and B to finish out the race day. There we have Vistafer for colors, Rusty Wallace, aka Joanne, for DoorDash in the 111. Isvi in the 38 for Chefs. O in the 17 Culvers. Adorable Jackson, who won the All-Star race, driving for Ford. Gokan for Chefs. Guesser for DoorDash. Krabby, O's teammate. We have Canoe in the 7. That's a brand new scheme from him. And the Guinness 7. The Guinness Monster number 7. Driving for
That's
colors.
Really nice.
It is a nice scheme. Brand new. Nicely done by Canoe. This is a Storm Chaser and Rago. I think they'll be racing for Rago Racing. Still yet to spawn in their cars. And Shadowy Realm, and also a brand new scheme. The Bubbly Sparkling Water. The Blueberry Pomegranate Bubbly.
Oh, I never thought to mix those two flavors together.
Well, Bubbly has, so if anyone has tried it out, let us know. Shadowy said Bubbly tastes bad.
Shadowy, you're supposed to make your sponsor look good.
That is not how that is very bad sponsorship message there, Shadowy. You need to correct that.
That's like the Culver's guys saying their burgers taste awful. Which they don't, actually. I really like Culver's burgers.
It makes me hungry every single time I see those cars on the track.
Yeah, no, we got one of them. Now we got 2 of them now. That's like double the burgers? I mean, make me hungry. I didn't eat lunch yet.
It is green flag. It is pitch black. I asked for the lights to be turned on. Let's hope they do. Green flag underway at Auto Club. Hard to see anything. Hope it's alright on the stream. Vistafer first. Adorable Jackson second. Now Rago, the sponsor of this weekend's Cup Series racing. He's looking to take the lead in the 25. His teammate Storm Chaser, however, might. He had a big run. And he does, just for a split second. Isn't quite able to clear Vistafer, as he's got help from Canoe and O. O decides to go to the side. He takes the lead. Big runs from behind. 4 wide for 4th.
I tell you, I cringe every time they go side by side like that, and like the door slam, because there's a magnet glitch in this game where 2 cars can actually get stuck to each other and spin them both out. So you got to be really careful when you're door slamming someone like that.
You can have an absolutely huge wreck with that. Are lights on? No, it is pitch black. It's very hard to see anything. I can see.
That's probably why they're door slamming to each other, Mighty.
I have not updated. I have not reloaded BBR since the update, which might be hurting. Might be hurting my vision here. Oh, Storm Chaser moved all the way to the left side wall. He makes contact. Canoe trying to desperately save the car. Also, Storm Chaser very loose next to him.
Oh, they're sliding everywhere, Mighty. There we go.
There's a big amount of contact. Somehow, still does not resolve in a wreck. Result in a wreck. And Krabby falls to the rear of the field in 12th.
Yeah, listen, this track looks incredibly wide, but I tell you, they'll use every lane. Like right now, what is that? Like 4 wide back
Right
there?
now, it's 3 wide for the lead, 3 wide for second, 4 wide for the lead. Rago currently out front. Pressure from Storm Chaser and Shadowy. Shadowy gets into the wall. He's loose. Shadowy is around, upside down, and he will fall to the rear of the field. Now on board with Rago. Going to get some contact with Isvi. Doesn't hurt his momentum. 5 wide for third.
Look at Rago down way below the track surface.
All the way to the left side wall in the bumpy asphalt.
I think he's keeping up with them.
He's trying to make it work, but he's got no help out there with draft. The chef's duo of Isvi and Gokan. Gokan did not race much of the last 2 seasons. He's raced a bit this season. Nice to see him back in BSBL. A little more active. Helping out his teammate, where Chefs is currently 1-2. And Chefs, as you see on the left side, is also P3 in the team standings. Got a little ways away from Nissan and Volvo. Though great showing from them, right fresh out of the junior series. Fresh out of the junior series in P2 last season.
Yeah, they really show the entire Cup grid that they came here to play. They're not gonna join this Cup series and sit in the back in terms of team standings the entire season. They came here to play, and they showed everyone these first 3 to 4 weeks.
It was 5 wide for just a second for the lead. Huge contact between the leaders. That's going to give it to Vistafer, as we have about 20% of this map left before the end. Gokan. Push. Oh, Vistafer slows up. Didn't like where he is. Chefs goes back to 1-2, but Storm Chaser trying to disrupt the Chefs party. He's got no help.
I tell you, the Chefs drivers, they are locked together.
They are very much locked together. Storm Chaser, no help on the left side. He's going to fall back
Got a
to
big run
fifth.
from those cars back there.
The DoorDash duo of Joanne and Gesser trying to brain it to Chefs, and so far they're working better. Big contact with Gesser and Isvi.
It's crazy. I thought I was watching a super speedway race for the NASCAR Cup Series in the early 2010s with this tandem.
DoorDash won. The DoorDash is currently second and third. Huge run from everybody behind as the end is coming up right here. Krabby stepped to the lead. He's got to try and fend off everybody else. Storm Chaser with a run. Canoe up through the middle. Here comes Shadowy in the bubbly 11. DoorDash also with a run. Anybody's race. Gesser is going to take it. And Joanne gets second. That's a DoorDash 1-2 finish. O is going to get third. Shadowy fourth. And fifth, Isvi.
I almost didn't know who won for a second. There were so many cars all across the track. I didn't know who was in the lead.
It could have been anybody's race, but the DoorDash duo of Gesser and Joanne did everything perfect. And they will win Duos B. Good points for that team.
If you look at what's it calls it, Chefs, they are 5th and 12th.
Not the best.
In the final finish.
Not the best finish they were hoping for. Something happened to Gokan. Finished at the rear of the field. And now, if you're a Sauber driver like myself, you did not want to see DoorDash do good, because if you see Sauber, once it eventually scrolls on the left side of your screen, they are currently last in the point standings. They were very far towards the front. Took a nosedive, and again, the last place team in the standings gets demoted to the junior series at the end of the season, and they have a lot of ways to they have a lot of points to make up if they want to catch back up to 11th. And DoorDash is their competition, so DoorDash getting a 1-2 in that race doesn't make you feel very good as a Sauber driver.
Not at all. I would be very concerned if I was in Sauber right now. I mean, probably just say, why don't you do better? Why don't you practice more? Just try and practice slipping and whatnot. I mean, in my opinion, these are the best drivers in BBR. I mean, these guys, I've raced with them now for about 3 weeks. They are tough. They are really hard to beat. I've only been able to beat them once in like 8 race days and countless races. So if you just tell them why are they so bad? Why didn't you do better? I mean, the competition is very strong here.
This will be the trios first trios race of the day, trios A. And in this race, we will have, if I scroll up to the game link, we will have Volvo, Colors, RC Cola, and DoorDash in Trios A. Some pretty heavy hitters. Here they all start to file in. Almost at the 12 cars. We actually might have 12 cars. Should begin the countdown pretty soon. Anybody new watching the stream for the first time, we are a Backstretch Battles League on the game Backstretch Battles on Roblox. This is the Cup Series you're watching. We actually have two divisions, Cup and Junior. There's an invite link to the Discord server in the chat. Have almost 150 signed drivers across both series. There's a few spots open. A few teams are looking for drivers, so you can try and promote yourself. Put out an application. Try and get signed by a team. We're about halfway, getting close to halfway through the season. We'll be past halfway after tomorrow. Let me reload the top. I'm not sure. I think there might be a slight. There was a slight delay with that. That was scrolling at the top. Hopefully that's fixed.
See a lot of drivers filing in. I see also some new paint schemes, Mighty. Who do we got?
Well, this is a joke scheme last week, which
Oh
don't
my
worry, I'll
goodness.
get those votes out soon. This is Liverpool in the 410, which is Joker absolutely, why so serious,
Why so
slaughtered
serious?
all over the car. Rusty Wallace, Joanne, off a second place
Got
in the
blue
last
Mountain
race.
Dew. Mountain Dew voltage, that is, on the car.
I like that scheme a lot. Free Folex Master in his typical Monster Energy blue and white. Narwhal, owner of DoorDash, very happy, I bet, after seeing the finish of the last race. Res Livin for RC Cola, Ditto and Voki, all RC Cola drivers. Alfie and Nebulon for both Volvo. And also Liverpool is also a Volvo driver. And Luzetto for DoorDash. That's 11. We are missing one. I think that's a Colors driver, Vistafer, right
I
here,
see
which has
Vistafer.
just spawned in a car. We have a countdown, 25 seconds. And we'll get underway at Phoenix. That was our first 1-2 under ownership of DoorDash. Wow, I actually did not know that.
If that's the case, big congratulations to them.
DoorDash has had a rough few seasons, but looks to be rebounded. Got something going over the last few weeks I've seen. They were very much in last place, but starting to make up ground. See if they can build off of that as we race now in Trios A. Speaking of DoorDash, Narwhal, the owner of DoorDash in the race, is 27. He's out front. Colors Racing, Canoe, also now takes the lead.
Yeah, outside of the final stretch at Sonoma Hills, this might be the widest track in the game. I mean, you don't have to worry about grass or sand or marbles on the inside. I mean, it's all paved throughout this track.
This is very true. Just like the real life Phoenix, where, we got a wreck. There goes Vista for a round. And actually, NASCAR, the NASCAR championship finale in real life is at Phoenix this weekend, where NASCAR themselves will crown a champion. So they'll be racing at this track. Who do you think is going to win for those NASCAR fans? I'm sorry if you are not a NASCAR fan, but who do you think is going to win the NASCAR championship in real life this weekend, Noel?
Okay, so if we're talking the Cup Series, I'm going to have to go with Tyler Reddick. I feel like he's been consistent all season.
The Toyotas have been
And
very good at Phoenix.
absolutely. And that's part of the reason why I'm picking them, actually. They always bring great speed. So I think Reddick's going to get it done.
I also
actually
think Reddick is going to win the championship. But hey, we could have William Byron, Ryan Blaney, or Joey Logano. We'll have to see. That'll be on tomorrow afternoon. But we've
I was
got.
going to say, it's going to be an outrage if Logano wins. I'm just going to leave it at that. If you know, you know.
But we have a race to finish here at BBR's own Phoenix Raceway as we approach the halfway point in Trios A. Narwhal still out front. He's had a great race so far. Getting some help from his teammate Joanne and also Luzetto in the 20. All DoorDash drivers.
Yeah, they
DoorDash
just had a
1-2.
great finish in the last race. They're going to try and back that up with this race.
They outnumber the Volvos 3-2. Narwhal still out front as they make a lot of contact behind him. One says Joey Logano, but he didn't know. He doesn't really watch NASCAR too much. Joey Logano has won the championship before.
Twice, as a matter of
only
fact.
2 years ago he won it, so it's not a bad pick. You guys should be watching the V8 Supercars Grand Finale instead. I'm sure that it'll be just as entertaining as NASCAR. So I probably should. It's kind of funny. They probably share the championship finale dates almost with NASCAR. It's funny how that lines up. Oh, Joanne hits the wall run. He is upside down. He falls to the rear of the field. So we've only got about 25% of this race left. And also Nebulon comes to a complete stop.
He's back going again.
Now it's a DoorDash 1-2. Luzetto and Narwhal out front. But we have a lone colors driver of Gary in the 74. He now takes the lead. Luzetto is second. And here comes the entire pack behind them. I think they're going too. I think we're going too early. Like we need to wait just a little bit longer. Joanne after that wreck is rebound.
Sizes. And that bar down there was moving a lot slower than most tracks. So yeah, way too early here.
Rusty Wallace, aka Joanne, is in the lead for DoorDash, getting some pressure from Rez Livin. I don't think these guys are going to be able to hold off the pack. So let's look a little further behind them. I really actually like where Voki is right now. Voki and Alfie in really good position to take this. But they don't have the momentum. Can they build it towards the end? Let's see. Oh, big contact out front. Rez Livin and Joanne get into the wall. Voki with a huge run. Makes contact with Gary. That's going to diminish her chances. Side by side with Narwhal and Nebulon. It's going to be Nebulon for Volvo. Getting his first win of the day. But look at that. It's still a DoorDash. Second and third finish. They get second and third. Fourth is Liverpool. And fifth is Ditto. The other DoorDash was Luzetto. He finishes 10th, so they did not get points with him. But the other Volvo finished 12th. That was Alfie. So Volvo finished first and last.
I didn't see too much walling at the finish of that. So
I actually
looked rather clean. So it looked good.
I'll have to agree with that. I also did not really see too much foul play. Well, we'll see what the penalties have and decide. As that'll be a win for Volvo. I had to get the Volvo win out of the way. We know what happens.
Yeah, it kind of happens on a weekly basis, doesn't it?
Yes, sir. Yes, it does. Who else do we have in the chat for NASCAR? Even year Logano. That's probably right. Probably right. Oh, we have a Blaney. He could go back to back. I think Larson's going to win the race. Larson's not part of the championship, although he should be. All right, I think Nebulon maybe wants to have an interview. Let me double check. If you do want to have an interview, Nebulon, you can just join the interview standby, which he has. All right, Nebulon, you got the win for Volvo. How's it going?
I'm doing good, thank you. Today's a good race day for me today. As I got a second and a first.
That's right. I actually forgot you got second, so it's going really good. You got second and first. Do you think you can get another podium position for your third race?
I'm not sure if I'm having a third race, but it'd be cool if I did. I don't know. I'm fine with the lineups for right now, and we're getting really good positioning. So.
Yeah, nonetheless, you've had a great day. You've had 2 great finishes. Congratulations on that last win. How'd you do it? How do you think that race went for you?
Honestly, it felt harder than like the multiple race finishes as before because they haven't really removed the fog. So honestly, I was just going at a blind date, and I just rolled the dice and I got a win.
Very valuable
Well,
points for Volvo.
congratulations.
You guys are still
Yep.
trying to catch Nissan Nismo. You guys think
I
you can
think
pass
we
them this
already
weekend?
have.
Oh, you think you have already?
We have. So Nismo, for race 1 has 11th, while we got a 6, which means we were 11 points behind. And for Duos A, we got a 2nd and a 5th, and the Nismo drivers got a 3rd. And that's about it. So we already passed them, essentially.
We'll see. Well, we'll see if you guys can hold on to that. It's going to be a great battle, I believe, all season long between both you and Nissan.
Yeah, I hope so too.
All right, one more time, congratulations on your win, and we'll see if Volvo can extend the points lead.
I'll see you
Good
later.
luck to your team
See
for
ya.
the rest of the day.
Thank you.
That was Nebulon for Team Volvo, aka the only driver, aka sponsor, to actually beat Volvo since my presidency. Volvo has won, I believe, 5 out of the last 6 seasons, and the only team to beat him
Which
was
honestly is an incredible statistic.
Newcom, which was ran by Nebulon. They're the only team to actually beat Volvo. Spoiler, they can't. That's Darkwayne saying that. I'm sure of course he'd say it. He's a Nissan driver. It'll be fun seeing those two teams, two powerhouse teams this season, compete for the team championship. Let's see if there can be another team that can play spoiler as well.
Speaking of competing, I'm competing in this race.
There's Noel in the 053. He's got his teammate, Sonic, in the 81. And who else is Liquid Death here? And then we have 3 Staubers with Creeper Boy, Rodri, and Bobo. Shadowy for Ford, along with his teammate Avith, and Adorable Jackson. And we also have Seo for the other Liquid Death. And then 3 Culvers back to back. Ovexis, Krabby, and O. 5 seconds remain. 3, 2, 1. We are underway in Trios B. Once again at Auto Club. Green flag's in the air. Currently have... Oh, a wreck. An early wreck. They save it. That was a great save. And Seo, and running the older NASCAR car. The O Liquid Death machine falls to the rear. Meanwhile, out front, also Sonic. He's pretty motionless against the wall. Now he's sped up. Waffle's currently in the lead. Now it's going to be given to Creeper Boy in the 51. This is a new scheme for Creeper Boy. Let's take a closer look at that. It's a Red Bull 50. Kind of looks like the Volvo Junior 91 Red Bull machine, except the colors are way different. The other one was purple and black. This one is just yellow and silver. Now, don't usually see Red Bull in that color. I think it works though. Shadowy Realm. One of the drivers pretty far up in the driver point standings. Currently in P10. Is the number 11 bubbly machine. And Seo now for Liquid Death in the lead. Fighting with it for Null Mighty. Oh, he hits the wall. That gives it to Null Mighty. A lot of contacts, and drivers slowed up a bunch.
Speaking of Liquid Death, I think one of the drivers just crashed and they just rejoined.
Who
the
is that?
server, that is.
That is Sonic. Something happened to Sonic. Let's see if I can see what happened in the chat. I don't know what happened, but Sonic has had to respawn his car and restart this race. That's that driver that's way far behind at the bottom of your screen. And I am unsure if he can actually catch up in time. It's going to be pretty rough. This track is long.
He'll be right down to the wire if he is.
So Liquid Death may be short a driver in this trios if Sonic can't catch up in time. Oof, a lot of contact with the Culver's drivers, but Null Mighty still holds the lead. Gets a push from Shadowy Realm. As we've got a pair of Sauber drivers behind him. Rodri now takes the lead, but can Shadowy push Null Mighty back to the lead? Or is it going to be Creeper Boy? 3 wide. Adorable Jackson now for 4 performance. 4 wide for the lead for just a second. Magnet glitch with Sauber teammates. Here's the new Sauber driver recently signed, Bopo. Welcome back to BSBL competition in his typical number 12. Sonic back in 12th, trying to catch up before the end. I don't think he's going to make it in time, but it will be close. Shadowy with the lead. Now getting a push the other way around from Nullmighty. Nullmighty misses the push. Now he goes to the lead. Can he fend off Shadowy? Not quite. 5-car battle for the lead. I will say, though, the Culver's drivers have been extremely quiet this race. I think they could play spoiler. Here comes one of them. Oh. Also Avexis and Krabby. Ooh, driver gets turned around. I don't know who that is. That was Bopo. Sauber Motorsports. Sonic has disconnected. I don't know if that was on purpose or not. But he has disconnected, and we will be short 1 liquid death driver this race. Out front the battle, there's Rodri in the bumpy asphalt. It's still Nullmighty out front. In the lead, second place is Creeper Boy. Nullmighty not slowing down. That is a poor decision. In my eyes, see if he can fend off the entire pack behind him. Waffles with a run. He blocks successfully. But other drivers have a run behind him now. Shadowy with a huge run. Bopo, after that wreck, has made his way to the front. CO in the lead. Late run for Culver's. Just as I said, he's going to take the win. 099's victory. Second is Bopo. Third, Krabby. Fourth, Avexis. That is almost a Culver's 1-2-3 finish. Bopo kind of just squeezed his way in there and prevented them from getting their 1-2-3 finish. In fifth is
I missed the block, Mighty. I missed the block.
I wasn't sure if you holding out the front was going to be the best decision, but
I feel like if I would have got that block, I feel like I would have had a chance there. But congrats to O and all those guys over at Culver's.
Culver's, one of the most winningest teams last season, is going to get a win today in their trios bracket. Culver's wins Trios C. Now we get set for Trios. They won Trios B. Now we're getting set for Trios C. Yeah, it looks like Sonic just either he quit or disconnected a second time. But he will not get points this race. I will kick others. The others have been kicked as we prepare for the last trios race of the day before we get underway with sponsors. So Sonic said he disconnected and then quit because he was not going to catch up in time.
I mean, it would have been close.
Yeah, it would have been close, but I do agree with him. I don't think he had enough time.
I also agree. But nope. Who knows? Maybe someone would fly over. Maybe multiple. Maybe could have gotten a few. Maybe even if it's just 1 or 2 points. But no, I respect that decision.
So I'd like to take this time again to talk about today's sponsor, the BSBL Beyond the Garage 500, sponsored by NAPA Auto Parts, also sponsored by the Rago. They're in our normal seasonal BSBL quote West Coast swing, as we're at Phoenix Auto Club in Sonoma Hills, all western tracks in the United States. Rago lives in the western United States, so he likes to sponsor this week, and he's done so again. This time sponsoring Beyond the Garage. Thanks for him for sponsoring the Cup Series this weekend. On everybody else who's also sponsored a race this season, all sponsorship funds, all over $200 worth of Robux sponsored this season. All of it's going to be funneled right back into the league in the form of prizes at the end of the season, which have quadrupled since we started. So thanks to everybody for their support. And I'm not sure what Rago would say or would want the message. He did not give me one, but I'd say take a gander to your local Advanced Auto Parts. Very good place to get auto parts for your car. if you do happen to have one. I know most of you in the server are kind of teenagers, probably haven't had one yet or are just working on getting one. And also check out the tracks in the western half of the United States, NASCAR tracks in real life. That is, we have Sonoma, which is a road course in California. I would say check out Auto Club, but sadly they've demolished that track because they got a pretty big paycheck. And also check out Phoenix, where NASCAR's at the championship this weekend. Green flag, and we have a new scheme. I need to take a look at that. Oh, 2 cars just stopped. Who is this? Gokan trying to push Danny out of the way. Gokan makes it through.
Yeah, now Danny's responsive.
Now Danny's going.
Oh, he started moving after Gokan went by.
I don't know what that was about. But who is this? This is Father Breton. Oh my gosh, and the Smiling
It's the
Friends
Smiling
48.
Friends car.
Oh, that's great.
Okay, this is probably my new favorite scheme.
I don't watch Smiling Friends, but I've seen quite a bit of clips from the show, and it is.
It's great. I highly recommend.
It is definitely great. That's a nice scheme from Father Breton. Always got those good schemes with the 48. Trying to take the Vine 48 to the front in this race, and we have someone. It's a very late starter. He's not even going yet. Shadow Sartex in the number 2. Which I know Shadow Sartex is no longer a part of Culver's, but I am unsure what the base 2 is for the Cup Series. So let's take a look at that. What's the base scheme for the 2 in the Cup Series? It is doesn't exist. So he is not running the right base scheme. So that would be a penalty if he doesn't put on a custom one. Dark Wayne's out front right now in the 19 for Nissan, getting help from his teammate, Crafter of Pixels. And now the Smiling Friends 48 looking for the lead. He will take it, Father Breton. Vine to the front. This is the last trios race of the day, and actually the last trios race of the weekend. And it's
4 wide for the lead.
4 wide, maybe even 5 wide for just a split second. Dubmac to the lead. Now it's AJ. That's a Vine 1-2. Now the Costco pair of AJ, the other AJ, and Storm Chaser. Rago racing drivers always work well together. Now it's a Vine though. 1, 2, 3. But here come the chefs and the Nissan drivers. Vine's still out front, but Dark Wayne's pushes his way to the front. Now Nissan is going to go 1, 2, 3. So we pass the halfway point in this race. Here's the other Rago racing driver, Eager. And the 12th driver, Shadow Sartex, will not get points this race. He has left.
Yeah, tough break for Shadow Sartex.
Huge contact for the front. 2 drivers in the bumpy asphalt. That's going to shove the Rago racing pair, Storm Chaser and AJ, CA to the lead. 45 and the 26 to the front.
I like Costco, they got great pizza there. If anyone's ever been to their food court.
They do. It is it's a great they serve great pizza. You didn't think they would, but they do. So if anyone happens to be in the United States and has a Costco around, I suggest giving their pizza a try.
Oh, Dark just went up and over.
There he goes.
AJ.
And a lot of contact.
I'm hoping he didn't go over the fencing.
He stayed on the track.
Yeah, he must have gotten really close. I thought he was going over for a second.
Do we have 12 drivers? I thought we had 12. This is 11th, and there's a 12th back there. But their name is not being shown. So I don't know who that is.
It might be do you think it's Shadow Sartex in the lobby area? Maybe?
I don't know. I can't spectate them. Do we have a ghost car just in the back? It's a ghost car. No one's in it. That is really weird. I don't know who that is. But he's just kind of...
I guess we'll never know.
Hanging around back there. He's gaining momentum. Whatever car it is.
Yeah, we're coming to the end.
He's still going. I don't know who that is, but you're right. We are coming to the end.
We have a lot of cars staying up here.
Lowers Cat, Storm Chaser, Dubmac. All battling for the lead. Here's Crafter of Pixels. The end is right there. Who's going to take the lead? Who's going to win this race? Right now, it's Lowers Cat for Nissan. Big push to Storm Chaser, but it's not enough at the last second. Oh, it was Gokan. Gokan wins this race. Lowers Cat somehow, at the very last second, finishes second. Third is Storm Chaser. Fourth, Dubmac. Fifth, Darkwanes. And we did not have the 12th finisher. I don't know who that car was.
The world may never know.
It was a complete mystery car, and it was still, like, it still had speed as well. It was gaining ground. An absolute mystery. But Chefs has done it. Gokan, his second win on the season. Gets it done. And I shall kick others. I'm sorry for those who just joined. I needed to race in this one. Just needed to kick you. Now you can join back. Going back to Sonoma Hills.
As the sun starts to peek out in the Sonoma Valley.
Hopefully have some light we can race with.
Oh, absolutely. Like, when I tell you, it varies depending on what monitor, what screen you have. Some screens may be lighter or darker, but I tell you, if you have that right monitor that's really dark, I mean, it can be impossible to see when it's nighttime.
Now, Dark just said in the chat that Nissan, his team, has taken back the lead from Volvo. This guy's in a heavyweight fight. And in this sponsor plus solo race, we will have Volvo and Nissan together. So both Nissan and Volvo will be in this race, along with Sauber, RC Cola, Vine, and Liquid Death. Here's Darkwains himself in the 19. Scrimmy won the first race of the day. Hope he can win. Hoping he can win his last race of the day. Bopo in the 12 for Sauber. Sonic trying to finish this race for Liquid Death. Ismail the Cat, sponsor of Liquid Death in the 245. And also makes the music at the beginning of the streams, minus this one. Rago had some custom requests he wanted. Reslivin and Krabats. Here's Crafter of Pixels.
Flew into the building.
Messing around. And Voki in her 52. RC Cola. Liverpool in the 3. Alfie in the 2. Stucks in the 28. And that is everybody. Should begin a countdown pretty shortly when they all spawn in their cars. Alright, who wins this race? Null. Who do you got your eyes on? No bias. No bias towards Liquid Death.
Yeah, no bias towards them, or else I would have said them immediately. Probably get. Oh, I guess you're on them. Scrimmy. I'm gonna give it to Scrimmy, honestly. Oh, as he just punts.
I also think
Stuck.
Vine will have a great finish. I'm not sure if it's gonna be Scrimmy or Stucks, but one of them I think is gonna finish towards the front. Or
yeah, I think
Volvo.
Scrimmy's got the consistency.
Or it will be Volvo.
And remain in that lead and get a good finish, if not the win.
I think Alfie's been pretty quiet this season. Shadowy Realm. We have another Spooter Man. I'm
afraid to know what he means by that.
I am a little scared to know what he means. And there's the second Volvo that just spawned in Liverpool. How he spawned in a car again. So I believe Alfie and Liverpool are cousins. So we got some family racing for Volvo in this final race of the day for the A bracket. 11 cars. 15-second countdown.
Oh, that's what he means. There's two. If you look at the start-finish line, Mighty.
Oh, there's two Spider-Mans. My bad.
Oh, one just went for their car, and it looks like Stucks is going to do a backward start.
I don't know if I'd do that, but see if it works out for him. And it doesn't.
Takes Bopo with him.
Ends up hurting Bopo quite a bit. We have all 12 drivers. Thought we only had 11, but we have 12, and we are underway in the last Duos A race of the day. And Alfie still has not gone. Where is Alfie? He is not going.
We're green,
there
Alfie.
There he goes. Alfie is now underway. Maybe he wanted to avoid the early chaos. Oh, almost.
Oh, he hit the top.
He almost went over. And you actually can go over if you time that right.
Really?
And Alfie is.
Oh, is he stuck?
Is he stuck? He shouldn't be stuck. Oh,
And
he's
he
gone.
was. He needs to restart his car.
He is respawned. And Alfie's really going to have to get going really soon if he wants to catch up. It's a long track, but I don't want to wait too long. Still nothing from Alfie.
He's not moving.
He must be having some connection issues. I've heard a few complaints from connection with the server, but it has been very isolated. There's only been 1 to 2 drivers. And Alfie is still... There he goes.
There he goes.
That's going to be really close.
He's really far behind, though, Mighty.
I'm not sure if he can catch up or not. So apparently Alfie has been
Complain about lag.
experiencing lag. So they're already to the map split. Looks like most went to the left side. Not sure if Alfie can catch up. I mean, the server for everybody else has been fine. It's just been very isolated incidents of the server having issues. Oh, the 2 leaders.
Barrel roll at the front. It's Scrimmy.
Barrel roll with Crafter, Pixels, and Scrimmy. Scrimmy gets the run into that. And also...
Oh, he gets hit again, I think, by Stux.
Collects a 28 with him. Darkwayne's in the lead. Bopo giving him a push. As Alfie tries to rebound and catch up back to the pack. I think he might get there at the very end. If he does not wreck from here on out. Kerbat's in 10th. The iRace in 54. Here's Alfie just getting to the map split. And some cars stopped. Who is that? It's Liverpool, the other Volvo. Is he holding up for his teammate? Maybe that's what he's doing.
That might be the call right now. Because if he gets going here, when he reaches them, and it looks like Alfie stopped
Alfie has stopped.
Oh, now he's back going again.
I think Liverpool and Alfie are on the wrong side.
Oh, no.
So Liverpool has stopped, and he is disconnected.
And he disappeared.
All right, this race...
Oh, disaster for Volvo.
This race has gone from bad to worse for Volvo. They have now lost Liverpool. It is client-sided lag. So I do not believe this will be a redo. Everybody else is fine. It is just a Volvo pair. Honestly, it might be because, again, we know that Alfie and Liverpool are related. Not sure if they're running the same Wi-Fi, but I'm assuming they're probably in the same region, so that would be client-sided.
Anything's possible. Someone just hit the middle.
More than likely not be a redo. Feel bad for the Volvo drivers, but this is going to be a great opportunity for Nissan Nismo, which currently hold the top 2 spots, to increase their lead back over Volvo. Crafter Pixels out front. Dark in second, giving him a push. Scrimmy currently in 8th. Here's Sonic. Oh, Darkwayne slows down a bunch. Crafter Pixels decides to stay out front. Alfie is way far back. I don't think he will catch him time. 3-car battle for the lead. Crafter Pixels still holding the top spot. Trying to fend off Vine. The 28.
There's a lot of slipstream. It's going to be tough to defend them all off.
It is going to be very tough. Can he block Stux? Now Reslivin with a run. He can't. He goes through the middle. Sonic in really good position. Here's Bopo. Scrimmy. Everybody, there's a wreck. Scrimmy wrecks. Who is it across the line? Is it Gerbatz or is it going to be Voki? Voki with the run at the last second. She's going to win in Duo's sponsor solo A.
I didn't think Voki had the run there. It almost looked like she side drafted him. And slingshot to the win right there for RC Cola.
Voki gets the win in sponsor solo A. Kerbat second, Darkwayne's third, Sonic fourth, Bopo fifth. Decent points for Nissan, a third and a sixth. And both the Volvos will not get any points this race.
That's a tough break. You know, considering that they possibly just lost the lead in the team standings, they're going to need some of those points back.
We'll see what they have to say. But it will be RC Cola who gets the victory in Sponsor Solo A. Now we head over to Sponsor Solo B for the final race of the day. Shadowy Realm, the first car, the Marvel Comics Group number 11. Very good scheme, as always. And we'll be ending it out at Phoenix, which is quite fitting, since that's the last race of the real-life NASCAR season.
Quite fitting indeed.
Another correspondent, O, and also Shadow Sartex. AJ, Color Ninja, Krabby Seb, Narwhal, Danny, O, Avith, Brief Roblox Master, Luzetto, and the Rago.
As we see Voki in a tree.
Quite normal. And who else do we have loaded in? We've got 10. But I see 11 car. There's 11th car. Now Tubo just needs to spawn in one. And that'll be the 12th driver. And then we will get set in the final race of the day. All right, Noel, any predictions? Who do you think is going to win this race?
There's a lot of heavy hitters in this field. I mean, you have Rago, you have Shadowy in here, you have both the Culvers, some DoorDash. But, you know, I'm going to give it to AJ and the 26 Costco car. I think he's got a good shot. He's ran up front a few times today. So I think he's going to do it.
I think he's going to take his Toyota Camry to the front. Who do I think is going to win? I think, you know what? Might be slightly biased here since he's the owner of the league, but I think Shadowy has it. Shadow is going to take the Marvel Comics number 11 to the front as we have a countdown. 12 seconds till we get underway with the last race of the day. Welcome back, everybody, from the ad break. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Green flag underway. Sponsor Solo B. Shadowy with the jump start. Help with his teammate. Here comes Tubo for DoorDash. Here also Narwhal with DoorDash. He takes the lead. DoorDash a great day today. Digging themselves out of that early hole they had in the first few weeks of the season.
And one thing you got to keep account for is, as you can see, the sun is setting. The moon's coming out. It's going to get really dark for all these guys.
Navigating their cars through the desert. There's the moon. Rising on the horizon. We have a very stacked field right now, all on top of each other. Narwhal, just like the last race he ran in, up front most of the race. Shadow Sartex, however, for Chefs Association, recently changed teams. He was Culver's, now he's part of Chefs. Oh, magnet glitch into the wall. He's going to collect AJ. AJ up and over.
Oh, that's exactly what I was talking about earlier.
And another magnet glitch with Avith. Shoves him to the rear of the field. Rago, sponsor of this weekend's Cup Series racing, he takes the lead. Doesn't last too long. Gives it right back to Narwhal. Avith into the wall.
A lot of door slamming.
These guys have gone crazy for the last race. AJCA with that huge run. He goes to the lead now. Help from Danny. Rago contact. Other drivers now on the wall. Tubo to the lead. This has probably been the most chaotic contact-filled race so far of the day.
As it should. I want to see some action, man. This is fun.
Gary to the lead. Haven't seen too much of Gary today. Running the pink Monster Energy 74. Shadow Sartex right behind him. Runs coming left and right. Lead switching hands multiple times as we pass the halfway point in this race.
I feel like there's runs coming from everywhere.
The one driver
Shadowy.
you haven't
Risky,
seen
going back.
much this race is Shadowy. He's purposefully hanging around in the back of the pack.
Which I have to be honest, probably the smartest call. You don't want to get involved in a mess. Get yourself a penalty. It's the last thing you want to have.
The leader, Rex, into the air goes Avith. He collects Shadow Sartex. And as the field desperately tries to avoid the cars wrecking in front of them, Avith falls to the rear of the field. AJCA still in the lead. It's going to be overtaken by Gary. Narwhal with a run from Shadow Sartex. He's going to overtake the lead. And an even bigger run, maybe, for Color Ninja. And here is Shadowy. Haven't seen much of him this race. He's been hanging around in the back. Decided to say hello to the front as we only have about 20% of this race left. Who will win the final race of the day? Rago Racing teammates. Currently 1-2. Driver in the wall. Think that's purposeful. Trying to get a run for the end. That is nearly pitch black outside. Rago still out front. 3-car breakaway for the lead. Rago, Shadow Sartex. Now it's just a 2-car breakaway. Everybody else behind him trying to generate a run. I really like where Shadowy's at. What can Shadowy put together?
I always say you got to make it 8 lanes wide. He's got to make this 12 lanes wide. I don't think they're going to do this.
Sticking on board with Shadowy. Rago's still in the lead. Here comes the entire pack behind him. We have a car on the wall. That's Shadow Sartex. Gamer Crew Danny gets into a Culver's. Shadowy gets turned. He's wrecking. Rago also slows down. Side-by-side Colors teammates. Rago with a run. It's a Colors 1-2 finish. Brief Roblox Master, Color Ninja, and Rago round out the podium positions. Then it goes AJ, Danny, Narwhal, Shadow Sartex, O, and Luzetto. Drivers not getting points. Krabby Seb, Avith, and Shadowy after wrecking right before crossing the line.
And what a finish for Colors, too. Getting that 1-2, keeping their nose clean, avoiding the chaos and wrecks. Getting a good points day along with the win.
Last laugh of the day will go to Colors Racing. Currently P8 in the team standings, but very close to teams around them. Needed that good finish. Congrats to Gary, a.k.a. Brief, Roblox Master, as Colors says, I'm shaking.
Oh, I would have been too. That race was insane. There was contact and wrecking everywhere.
A lot of chaos at the end, but that was it. That was the last race of the day. The recap. First race win of the day went to Vine. Then it was RC Cola. DoorDash got a win. That was a 1-2 finish for them. Volvo got a win. Their normal, typical daily win. Culver's, Chefs, RC Cola, a second win for them. And Colors with a 1-2 finish in Sponsor Solo B. That'll do it. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. If you haven't yet, make sure to follow us, up to 263 followers. Thanks to the sponsor of this race, Rago, the Beyond the Garage 500, sponsored by NAPA Auto Parts. Make sure to check out your local NAPA Auto Parts store. If you happen to own a car, that is, and need some car parts. Thanks again for Nolmighty commentating this race today. Any final thoughts?
Oh, I just want to say congratulations to all the winners today, all the teams for getting themselves a good points finish. Thank you for all the drivers for driving as clean as they can, providing some good entertaining racing for us, and I can't wait for tomorrow. Thank you for having me, Mighty.
Thanks for coming on, and yes, we'll be back here again tomorrow, 11 a.m. for Junior Series, 12:30 p.m. for the Cup Series. Thanks, everybody, for watching. See you next time.